All right, I slept on top of that hill. It actually flattens out back there. There's some trees. So it's kind of the perfect place. And I was between the road and fence line. So I think technically it's probably state property. Because I wasn't in no fence. Don't worry, guys. Even when I road walk, we get to watch the sun come up. Unless I sleep in town. In which case, perhaps not. All right, y'all. Day 247. Really pulled that one out of nowhere last night. Oh my gosh. I knew I was walking myself into, I've been in that situation before where, I mean, it happens sometimes on trail too, I will say. Sometimes you're like banking on a camp spot. You get there, you don't want to stop. You look at the map and, there's, nothing indicated. It doesn't say there's any campsites, but you know the trail. There's always something. So you start walking, and then the trail does something, like you didn't check the topo profile or something, and the trail starts climbing, and there's like a big drop off, whatever. So that was like this, except I'm in Montana surrounded by private property, and it's like cattle, rancher land, farmland, people's land. So yeah, I wanted to be like as careful as possible and pick somewhere where like I had complete confidence that, for starters, I was basically invisible, but also like no one could really give you any crap for being there because I was basically just sleeping on the side of the road. But the side of the road was raised into a little hill with a couple trees. That's all I needed, baby. That's why I was so frustrating yesterday. It's like, you don't need a lot to stealth camp. That's why I have this like overconfidence, I think, with stealth camping. But there are going to be times, like this has happened once in Florida, and then once here, where just the environment you're walking in like is never going to be suitable for camping. There's no trees, or it's all just wide open stuff. But I pulled that off, dude. Oh my gosh, like there was like a parking area another 4 miles ahead last night, and I was like, okay, like I'll make something work around there, I guess. But then saw some trees, and the thing is, like, some of this fence line is like 5 feet off the road. Some of the fence line is like 30-50 feet off the road, but like it'll go down into a ditch or something, so it's not like doable. But this was just ideal. It was a flatter and more comfortable tent spot than that night in the Bob. I can't remember if I complained about it. There was one night that I didn't want to hike into the dark, and the spot was so lumpy, horrible, horrific, but it was better than night hiking in grizzly country in the dark. So yeah, good morning. When I woke up this morning and left like a little bit ago, I was less than 5 miles from a small town that has a diner, so I might get a breakfast sandwich. And I'm climbing a bit of a hill, 32 miles from Ennis, which yesterday was supposed to be a 38, and today was supposed to be a 38. But yesterday was 45. So yeah, today's shorter. I already booked accommodations in Ennis because since I'm going to be there earlier, I'm like, there's absolutely no way I'm risking it. There are a few places in town, but like the town Boulder, trucker was like, oh, you staying in Boulder? I was like, yeah, I haven't booked anything, but it's freaking this small town. He went to look, he's like, all the motels in town are booked. So he booked an Airbnb, but that was kind of surprising though. The town of Boulder had like a little tiny steakhouse that we went to. I had a burger there, it was really good. That's like bar and steakhouse is apparently famous because there are people there eating who drove all the way up from Butte, and the ride's super long. So apparently Boulder had some cool things to offer, but I was worried that could happen in Ennis. So I booked something. This has potential to be a really enjoyable town stay. I'm really caught up on work, so I just need to do some passive stuff, but like there's really no pressure. I'd say my main goal would be get good Wi-Fi. Who knows if that's possible, because the Best Western the other day, the nice Airbnb, nope, haven't been able to back up to the cloud. And videos take forever. Like, I've been on Wi-Fi where I can upload a YouTube video in under 10 minutes. And most of these places, like all across the country, I'm trying to upload anywhere from 1 to 3 videos. It takes all night. Like, yeah, so you guys might wonder, how hard can it be to do YouTube and stuff? It's like actually clipping the videos together is the easiest part. Kind of. You need time to listen and stuff like that. But yeah, it's being out here, like in this. And I mean, the other day I couldn't even like export videos because I hadn't backed up to the cloud in so long that my phone had no storage. And obviously, like, it takes, even I like want to get a new phone because it would make my life easier, but I'm out here all the time and I'd have to spend like at least half a day in town because backing up to the cloud and all that stuff is really time consuming. I did that near the Teton Crest Trail last year. I had a phone with even less storage than this and had to buy one online. And like, we stayed in town. I backed everything up and transferred it over. It all worked great. But I think we're like Neroing that day, or did a very, very short day. Yeah, so I might put off doing that until after Colorado. It's gonna be a good day. Sorry for rambling. But yesterday, it's like, it's not a lot to friggin' see. Like, the roads have entertained me. Yesterday, I think it was less visual and more like the kindness of strangers. Like, that guy, he came, Charles, saw me, and then he went to work, and then he was so nice. He was like, I've been worried about you, like, all day. I was wondering, like, she's still out there on the road. It's crazy, like, the empathy and kindness of strangers. But he gave me another soda. Then I got into Cadwell or whatever and made the choice to leave town. High risk choice, but if you can comfortably do a 45-mile day and then wake up the next day and still do a 32-mile day or more, then you can risk it sometimes, you know? Pretty. Ennis is calling me. You guys, I'm so smart. Using 100% of my brain today. I'm 1 mile from this diner. But I always like hate wasting time because, I don't know, it's hard to like sit around idly sometimes, but just called in a breakfast sandwich and hash browns. I'll be there in like 20 minutes, so we are living. Next small town, Harrison. Cute. I don't feel like it's gonna have a lot, but I mean, I'm getting a breakfast sandwich. I love this sign. If you don't stop, we'll both starve. I am absolutely living. The ladies are so nice. I couldn't resist. I got a breakfast sandwich with hash browns and I got a homemade cinnamon roll, and it's incredible. I saw them and like smelled them when I walked in, and it's like the most delicious thing in the world, obviously. I changed my whole life around for it. Entering the small town of Norris. See if there's anything cool here. Coming for you, Ennis. But right now I'm in Norris. It's a freaking gas station. We're living. I'm carrying so much water from last night, but whatever. Ennis, 16 West Yellowstone, 87. Be there on Saturday. How nice for me. About to be so sick. Look at that. Dude, it's like a freaking car in the back, motorcycle in the front. It's the mullet of motorcycles. Been climbing for a hot minute, but I love a road climb. Okay, and I'm coming up on a historic marker. I feel like I'm literally on the divide right now, which is always funny when you're off trail. But if I had to put money on it, it's that I'm literally on the divide. But I'm about to go downhill, and I get to pass by like one other small town before getting into Ennis, so maybe another ice cream. Okay, I was wrong. It's a marker for the Bozeman Trail. Never heard of it. Huh. The hardest part of today is how open this road is. Like, having to pee, there is literally absolutely nothing to hide behind. So I'm just trying to time it where, like, briefly I can only see cars off in the distance, but then it's like you're peeing and like you're scared, so I feel like a whole process is longer, and then it's like cars are getting closer and there's nothing blocking me from them, so just fighting for my life out here. Heck yeah, baby, we about to be in Ennis, thank God. Block twist. Continental divide? I've been on trail this whole time. Y'all, the lure me in. Madison Foods. Everything's named Madison in like the last 100 miles. Okay, I never showed this cute little place that I'm staying at in Ellis. It's like a friggin' log cabin, which is adorable. Love this. It's literally perfect. I bought a bunch of stuff at the grocery store, and then I've never left. I've just been here for, I mean, it's like 10 p.m. Just been hanging out ever since I got into town. Showered, had to do laundry. I don't think there's laundry here, and I waited too long. So, no laundry for me. But the shocking thing about this place was that, like, I've literally gotten every single one of my YouTube videos uploaded. Each one only took like 5 minutes. So the Wi-Fi here is like incredibly good, which is so surprising. So hopefully overnight I'll be able to get all my stuff backed up to the cloud. I feel like sometimes it doesn't work super good when you're doing 100 other things in the background. But just judging by how fast I got the videos up, I'm hopeful. So that's ridiculously cool because that's just like one of the more time consuming things. And it's like something that takes time away from doing other things, but whatever, who cares? Yeah, my stomach hurts. I've eaten and drinking so much stuff. But I love it here. I'm so happy to be here. And the nice thing is I am currently 71 miles from West Yellowstone. My original ETA was the 7th, which is Sunday. Today is Thursday. And I'm gonna freaking get there on Saturday, which is amazing. So it'll be like 36-ish miles tomorrow. I don't think I'll be within range of staying anywhere, but just looking at the map, it seems like it'll be less of a nightmare than yesterday. So that would be cool. Like, I mean, I'm not opposed to staying somewhere if that's an option, but just looking at Google Maps, it's like either it's like a 26-mile day or a 50-mile day. So obviously I'm not going to do any of that, but there are like a lot of campgrounds and things that I saw. So honestly, I'm just hoping that the area is like forested and I'll be able to camp. That'd be nice. So yeah, tomorrow I'll leave here relatively early, I would say. I'm gonna do some math and kind of guess on time and stuff. Maybe I'll let myself sleep in a little bit, who knows. I guess like I'm less eager to get to where I'm going if I'm gonna be camping anyway, because it's not like I I don't like urban stealth camping before it gets dark anyway. Whatever, I'll think about it. But yeah, it'll be like 36 tomorrow, 35 the next day, or yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit extra tomorrow. We'll see what I do. I just made a reservation for West Yellowstone. So my dad like overnighted a box to me because my shoes, dude, like I kept putting it off getting new shoes. I did this last time with my last pair too. Hold on, this is driving me freaking crazy. I'm watching TV. I'm so sorry. I bet that was super annoying. Um, I've been so good all year when it comes to like switching shoes and switching gear and like kind of trying to stay on things and whatever. But this last pair of shoes, I waited way too long, wound up having to like get a pair in town, even though I have 100 billion pairs at home. Not really that many, but I have shoes for to be sent out. But I couldn't wait, and then I did that again this time. Like I should probably be switching them out literally like right now. Because these shoes did 500 miles of Washington, and gosh, I think I've done like 400 or something miles on the CDT already. So whatever, but I'll get them in 2 days. So he overnighted those a couple days ago. I can only assume they'll be there. And then my mom overnighted something as well, a couple other random like odds and ends. But I was gonna stay at this one place in town because I called to send stuff there, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna call you back in like a day and make the reservation. There were tons of rooms available, but it's a Saturday. So I called and she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I literally just booked out the last room. But the lady was so nice. She was like, it's totally fine. Like you sent your stuff here, come get your stuff. Like you can't stay, there's no rooms, but that's okay. So that was really nice of them because obviously I would never like intentionally send boxes to a hotel that I didn't plan on staying at unless they like some places will charge a fee. Okay, I need to stop rambling. But yeah, so she's excited to meet. She's never met anyone doing the CDT before, which is so shocking because they run a hotel in West Yellowstone. But yeah, so I booked another place that's like right down the street from there. So I'll go and get my box and then go to this other place that's like right in the center of West Yellowstone. Shockingly, like it's probably like not the best amenity. Like the room looks kind of small and stuff, but it was pretty cheap, honestly, for like especially a Saturday night in West Yellowstone. But I'll just have to see. The question will be like if I can do permits online before I get there or call, or if I'm gonna have to go down in person. I know we did go in person, and that's like the easiest thing to do because recreation.gov is like the stupidest website in the entire world. But yeah, I'll figure all that out. I'm not gonna be in the park for very long. Um, but yeah, I got a little time to work all that out. But good night. Thanks for playing. Today was pretty entertaining, I feel like. I got a ton of work done. It was really hot. But I don't feel like as horribly sunburned. I'm just putting lots of lotion on. Like my nose is probably the most sunburned, obviously, because it sticks out from my face. But yeah, wasn't the worst. It was a fairly entertaining day. And I'm just like thinking tomorrow's gonna be pretty cool. Looking at the map, it seems like the most scenic portion of all of my road walking, which would be nice. Like, honestly, the farmlands are getting kind of old. It reminds me of some of the road walks and stuff in Florida. Walking by farmlands is just kind of boring. But okay, have a good night. See you tomorrow.